the assessment of damage done to the Nigerian police alone.
I'm not be smart, the news where they hit my
Alone in the state dealing with animals. Fulani Janjawi, they do not reason, unquote. It is important to state that the said hotels and Muritala Muhammad Airport and other property in Lagos, they are not in the north, where it seems to hate with faction. Even his own fellow Igbos people have property in Lagos. With destroying the property is said to be agitation for self-determination. The threat and destruction which follow were corroborated in Exhibit PWD2, which is a pictorial pictures of the assessment of damage done to the Nigerian police alone in the state of southern states. So many of these police stations and even police officers were killed as a result of the incitement by the defendant. Also, Exhibit PWD2A, which is a compilation of death reports and certificates of death of security officers in the report. The number of police officers who were killed was given as 128. Military officers were 37. Other security officers are 10. Number of police stations attacked were 164. INEC facilities destroyed were 9 in number. This clearly shows the extent of damage caused by the defendant through his inciting statements. Another caller called into the program informing the defendant that he was at Oshodi Papa Expressway and that they are killing them. The defendant, annoyed by this information, stated how many police or army did you kill? I don't want to hear that. They are killing you. How many did you kill? Unquote. The caller then responded that they have burnt the Orile police stations and Ilasa police station. The defendant then told the caller not to wave the green flag of Nigeria, but a blood-stained flag with the color green, white, red. He further responded to another caller by saying, what I want them to do is to set ablaze the United building along Marina on fire. Every federal government property in Lagos should be burnt. That is what is going to be signal to the world that people have had enough. I want every federal government building in Lagos to be on fire. Every federal government vehicle or anything belonging to federal government, burn it. Go to the Muritala Muhammad Airport, burn it. How many soldiers do they have? Manufacture your own weapons and ambush them. Unquote. The result of this incitement is the killing of several military officers, police officers, DSS officers. The incitement also led to the destruction of several police stations in Lagos across the southern states of Nigeria. According to PW5, he led a team of officers to investigate the destructions and killing of the security personnel that occurred during the NSAS protest of 20th October 2020, as contained in Exhibit PWD2 and Exhibit PWD2A. The results were quite alarming. The court is mindful not to attribute all the happening during the NSAS protest on the defendant. However, there is no doubt that the incitement by the defendant contributed largely to the killing of security operatives, as well as destruction of public properties. The defendant incited people to destroy property such as the Lassa police station, other police stations, and properties of this government. The evidence before this court shows that the said properties were actually destroyed, such as the Lassa police stations, the High Court of Lagos in Fīré, as well as PRT buses belonging to Lagos State government in Oyinbo. PW2 also testified that military couples were killed by those incited by the defendants in Olu in Imo State. In addition, PW4 stated that his driver and one of his tactical officers were killed as a result of the incitement. The action of the defendants were clear as it was aimed to cause anarchy by killing security operatives in Nigeria, which would in turn lead to breakdown of law and order. The defendant had an evil intention to wreak havoc on the people and government of Nigeria. All these actions consistent with agitation for self-determination. The answer to this is in negative. His violent outbursts as well as his instigations of the public to attack and kill security officers in southern Nigeria without provocation was downright barbaric and without any conscience whatsoever. The defendant did not feel any concern for the family of the officers who were slain. He turned himself to a tyrant who could take life anytime he pleased. Such persons cannot be allowed to remain in society of sane minds. His shocking instigations to kill other human beings was incomprehensible, and this court hereby condemned it. But I must say that the evidence extracted is minute compared to the avalanche of. I must say that evidence extracted in this judgment is minute and very small to the avalanche of evidence and broadcast before this court by the defendant. The defendant made extremely threatening statements, incited people to violence. The prosecution has successfully discharged his burden of proving counts 4 and 5 beyond reasonable doubt. Consequently, the defendant is hereby convicted of the said counts 4 and 5. Now count 6. For count 6, the defendant is charged with the offense of making a broadcast received and heard in Nigeria within the jurisdiction of this court in furtherance of an act of terrorism against the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the people of Nigeria, in which he directed members of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, a proscribed organization, to manufacture bombs, thereby committing an offense punishable under Section 1(2)(f) of the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013. Section 1(2)(f) of
No.
with animals, Fulani Janjawi, they do not.
All right, my dear listeners, the IPOP leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has just been accused guilty of stalking violence. This is one of those things we are talking about. This is exactly what we have said. This is exactly what we actually predicted, that Nigerian courts will surely do something to make it look like Nnamdi Kanu committed the offense. Imagine, after looking at all of the crimes, it is the NSAS protest they claim Nnamdi Kanu actually supported and funded. Anyway, everything being equal, Nnamdi Kanu, I think, will be proceeding to appeal. But then, it's Nigerian courts, even if it is an appeal. My dear listeners, I don't want us to be sobered. Let's still be hopeful. God will hear us. Yes, they must have won here on earth, but they can never win in heaven. Because there is God in heaven that hears prayer, Nnamdi Kanu will still be free, no matter what. Please share this video. Don't worry yourself. Remain hopeful and remain calm. Thank you.